Is blackmail, Tom. I think you're absolutely right to call it that. I did earlier in the week. The interview in the Daily Telegraph was nothing short of emotional blackmail on a global scale. Your solution to this is fascinating, though. You actually think that William really needs to be on the front foot and potentially even speak out publicly. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Dan. I think that once the publicity campaign of Harry's to promote his book dies out, which obviously will at some stage, only William can make a seasoned and reasonable statement to the world to assert the following fundamental facts: that Meghan was warmly welcomed in Britain, that everyone in the royal family tried their very, very hardest to make her feel at home and accommodate her, but that unfortunately Meghan only wanted to be the star and made it impossible for her and the royal family to collaborate and coexist. I think in the end they're going to have to somehow publish the report into the investigation of Meghan's alleged bullying of her staff in Kensington Palace. And I think that William has to say that the monarchy of Britain is not there to be a target for people who want to make money and gain publicity from attacking them. William is the right man to make it. It should not be an interview, but a statement in a regal manner and a normal and considered manner. But I think that is the way for them somehow and to draw a line under these attacks and humiliate the Sussexes to stop their campaign.
And I think William would do a very good job of that. You will remember his statement against the BBC after the findings of the Martin Bashir interview were released, and it was very regal. It was very sophisticated. I think William would do well doing that. Can we just talk a little bit about some of the fallout from the revelations in Spare? Of course, Harry wants to blame the British press when it comes to his kill count revelation having ramifications. But just this week, we've seen the despotic Iranian regime using it to try and justify a despicable execution.
Well, this is the sadness of the stupidity of Prince Harry. He doesn't understand the terrible consequences of many of his allegations and accusations and, unfortunately, misrepresentations and lies in his book. Now, in the case of the 25 Taliban he claims to have killed, it was a very, very foolish thing of him to have actually said that to his ghostwriter. The ghostwriter, of course, was looking for anything to sex up the book. And he didn't think about the consequences. I think Harry has put not only himself, but every Briton now in some sort of danger of retaliation. It's a very sensitive situation. And it's just one tiny example of the huge damage that Harry has caused by his book. He has undermined colossally the status of the royal family. But in this case, in the case of the Taliban, he has now increased the danger to himself. I don't think he realized, nor did, of course, Meghan, who is behind this whole thing, what the consequence would be of making this statement. I mean, it was a very, very dangerous thing to do, because we've seen what happened to Salman Rushdie. 10, 20 years after the fatwa was issued, he's still, in the end, there's always some lunatic who's willing to carry it out. It's hard to see how Harry is going to escape the dangers that he's created himself.
Huge ramifications and repercussions, and the best analysis in the business as ever from Tom Bower, who is, of course, author of the brilliant Meghan biography, Revenge. Coming up after his round